The whole world remembers. In the name of Pharaoh, he used to oppress the people and eat the rights of the poor. And if a person did not become his slave, then he killed him. Once upon a time, in Egypt, there was a king who ruled the whole city, and his name was Pharaoh. He was a ruthless king. The Pharaoh had a racial prejudice against the Israelites. He was a fierce enemy of Israel. He decreed that any child born to the nation of Israel would die. Every child that was born in Israel was killed by Pharaoh's people. The nation of Israel was on the verge of extinction. This was going on Israel. After that, a boy was born in a reputed family. His name was Musa. Musa's mother was worried because of Pharaoh's people. Then she asked for help to God. God instructed Musa's mother to put her child in a boat and let the boat in water and tie the rope to boat. When you see Pharaoh's people coming, then left your child in a boat, then take him back when Pharaoh's people left that place. She repeated this process every day, but one day she forgot to tie rope to that boat and she put his child that boat. She doesn't realize that boat will float, and what a miracle. That boat floated and stopped near Pharaoh's palace. Young girls took that boat and went to the Pharaoh's wife. When she saw that child, she fell in love with him. Then she said, I will raise this child. When Pharaoh saw that child, he said, slaughter him. Then his wife said, don't do this. Don't kill him. Give me that child as a present. He will do good for you. He agreed and allowed her to raise that child. Pharaoh's wife called ladies to feed his child. But Musa refused to drink milk from anyone. Pharaoh's wife was worried and told everyone to feed my child. Pharaoh's people finding that place from where Musa will drink milk. Suddenly Musa's biological sister saw him, and she said, Pharaoh's people, that we can help you. Pharaoh's people said, why do you want to help us? She said, we want to help King's family. Pharaoh's people agreed and take Musa to his biological mother. It's a miracle. And then Musa agreed and drank his mother's milk. God connected Musa to his mother. It's a miracle that no one knows Musa's real mother. They took Musa's mother to their palace. Then Pharaoh's wife said, stay with us and care my child here. She said, I can't stay here. I need to take care of my family. I can take this child at my home if you allow me. Pharaoh's wife agreed and gave Musa to his mother for take care. When Musa became young, he left that place and shifted to other. He got married. Then he came back to Egypt because God commanded, "Go, Musa, to save Bani Israel from Pharaoh and give instructions to him to mend his ways." Musa went his brother to guide Pharaoh, but Pharaoh didn't listen him and asked him to follow his path. Musa denied and said, "No, God is only one." Pharaoh's people said to Musa to show a miracle. Musa threw his stick and it became a snake. It's a miracle. He shows his hands that were shining like a sun. It was his second miracle. Pharaoh accused Musa that he is a magician and he called famous magicians to compete with Musa. Then, at the time of competition, magicians threw rope, it became a snake. Then Musa threw his stick, it became a snake and swallowed the magician's ropes. All magicians were stunned and realized that Musa is the real prophet and they accept Musa and his religion. Pharaoh gave offer to magicians to unfollow Musa, but they declined his offer. After this incident, people start following Musa and raised voice against Pharaoh. But Pharaoh is still teasing Musa and his people. Then God commanded Musa to leave that city, and then Musa started doing. When Pharaoh realized that Musa and his people are living, then he followed him with his tribe. At last, the army of Bani Israel reached the Nile River, and Pharaoh saw them. Israel people said, "O Musa, where did you trap us?" Musa said, "O people, don't be afraid. God is with us. It won't happen that Pharaoh tribe will catch us." Miracle happened. Musa split sea into two. Some of the tribes said, "O Musa, we don't become one with each other." Then Musa separated water paths for 12 tribes. Then they started crossing the river. When Pharaoh and his army saw this scene, they too followed Musa and his people. Musa reached the other side of the river with his people, and in the midst of the river was Pharaoh and his army. At that time, God commanded, "Water, now do same as you were before." Then Pharaoh and his army began to drown and die, because God commanded water to flow like it was before. This scene, Musa and his people were watching and giving thanks to God. Suddenly they heard a voice of Pharaoh. He said, "O Musa, I believe in you and your God. I accept your religion." Then an unseen voice comes, "O Pharaoh, when you reach the threshold of hell, and now you are accepting me, it's over. I will make your arrogance and your corpse a sign for the people. So they will seek from you that in this world there is no place for arrogance. And if people doing this, they will bear this like you."